Hello, film historians. I'm Derek, and I love old movies. We've got Sam the sidekick here.
Hello, and welcome to episode 30, our 30th episode spectacular.
Yes, the episode where we will not be reviewing a specific film, but rather we'll be watching a silent film and bringing you along on the ride with us.
Next week, we'll be back with a new episode as we begin All Western Movie March.
Yeehaw!
But for now, we're just going to jump right into it and start with the watch-along.
We're watching 3 short films today from the silent movie era. Each of those films will be linked in the description, and you can click them to play when you hear the beep in our episode.
Just like those old book and records where you had to turn the page when you heard the beep.
It's exactly like that. Definitely watch the films along with this podcast if you can. It might not be very enjoyable otherwise.
Sort of all the eggs in one basket here.
Well, that's the risk of trying something new. And fortune favors the bold. And that's us.
But before we start, be sure to hit like, subscribe, share, leave some stars, or drop a review. Every little bit helps.
And check us out on the socials. No matter where you look for us, if you type in I Love Old Movies the podcast, you'll find us.
And be sure to tune in to petrockradio.ca on Mondays, Saturdays, or Sundays and listen to past episodes there.
We'll link that too.
So, you ready to do this?
Oh, yeah. And we're joined by Nikki today, so you will hear her adding in some value as we talk about the films. And we're going to start that right now.
Honestly, I love this film so much. Like, no joke. It's great. Although I may be a little biased towards it because we watched it in class.
This is one of your film class movies.
Yes. Yes, it is.
It was not one of my film school movies.
No, really?
I feel like maybe I watched it in a film history class, but not in first year.
Well, our class was, like, low-key, like, film history.
Yeah.
Because we sort of started right from the beginning of, like, cameras and stuff and worked our way up.
Right. So, we're watching this on YouTube. The one we were watching is called The Great Train Robbery, 1903, 1080p HD. And it is from the YouTube channel Old Films and Stuff.
And stuff.
I don't know what the and stuff could be, but the old films, that comes as advertised. So let's now Nikki, who did you say is in this movie? Who's starring in this?
Oh, your star? He's got a great name. Gilbert M. Bronco Billy Anderson.
Bronco Billy.
That is nice.
You don't get names like that anymore. Okay, and this who's our director here? Let's set all these details up.
Edwin S. Porter, uncredited.
Oh.
Oh. Well.
Sorry about that, Edwin.
Edwin.
Your writers are also uncredited, if that counts.
Such a shame. But I mean, then again, it was 1903.
It was literally the Wild West of filmmaking.
Yes.
Literally.
Well, your director was also one of the writers, if that counts for you.
Oh, so he was like an auteur.
Ooh.
So we are starting this right now, and you can join along with us at home, start playing it,
Absolutely.
and let's take a look at The Great Train Robbery. Wow, right to the action.
Oh, yeah. It just kicks it off right with the bang.
Like, we didn't even really get an establishing shot there. It's just this guy, and all of a sudden people stick guns in his face.
Yeah, it's rather sudden.
I love the train coming in through the window at the back. That's really cool.
Yeah.
But also, I don't think that's a window.
Definitely not.
Oh,
Yeah. I remember when we first watched this in class, everyone was just sort of like, what is even happening right now?
well, how could they not figure this out? They bonked this guy in the head. They're tying him up with very convenient rope.
Yeah, but why was there rope right there?
Just hanging on the wall. Well, if there's a better place to keep it, I'd like to know what it is. There goes that train again. I love that.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
Now out to the water tower. So in Barry's Bay, when we visit Granny and Gumpy, there's that big water tower in Barry's Bay. It was one of these.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was one of those train filling water towers.
Oh, that's so cool.
And I think it's one of the last ones. Maybe in Ontario.
Oh, wow.
Love how they've got the train like at that angle when it moves. That looks really cool.
Yeah.
Everything isn't just straight left to right, but it's got that. Well, this is kind of left to right.
Well, yes. But that's the inside of the train.
I don't know. I just see a guy inside. What is going on with that door?
It was sort of like half.
Oh, shootout!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. You know, honestly, that's how I want to go out.
With like instant rigor mortis like that?
Yeah, like, do you see his arm? He's bending it!
135 takes, and that was the best one.
That's great.
Did they put dynamite on the box right next to the dead guy? Somehow didn't blow his feet right off his body. That reminds me of the scene in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. When they've got the dynamite on the safe.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, this is a clever shot too.
Yeah. No, there's some definitely interesting shots in this film.
Wow.
Yeah, that just happens. He just yeets him off the train.
That was a brutal fight. It wasn't even a fight. It was
a beatdown.
It was a beat down.
I think that was a kid too.
What?
That they just beat the holy heck out of?
Seriously?
Yeah, because there was a 14-year-old kid. It's his film debut. And he was cast as the locomotive engineer, which was also his real life job at the age of 14.
Oh.
I hope you feel, Sam, like you're wasting away here. Oh, here we go. So
well, at least she didn't get thrown off a train.
No.
At the age of 14.
That can't have been a real person they threw off that train.
No, it wasn't.
Of course not.
It was like a sack of potatoes. You saw it.
Yeah.
How many people are on this train? There's only one guy. Okay, two bad guys there. They really fear the gun.
Well, yeah.
But how many people were on this train?
Is the train really that big?
I don't think so.
I feel like he's standing way too close to control that many people.
Yeah, I mean, look at all the people on the sides.
They could just walk away. And he wouldn't even notice.
And honestly, this
There
stick up...
Okay, well, if you do that.
There's what happens if you just walk away.
Yep.
He gets shot right in the back.
He ran.
That was perfect.
From right in front of him.
You just couldn't have predicted that better. Like, that was so good.
Okay.
This is honestly the slowest stick-up I've ever seen.
A lot of those people would be carrying cash, though. It's not like today where it would all be debit cards and...
No, I know, but we know that there was more than 2 robbers.
Yeah.
You'd think they could have done something to speed up this process.
Yeah, I guess one guy's carrying the bag, 3 guys there.
Oh, okay.
And now they're all like, oh, that dude. Okay, so the bad guys are making their getaway now. Are they going to take the train?
Yeah, because they disconnected the front part so it can drive without the rest of it. So they're like stranding all those people in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And hijacking the front of the train.
Yeah, that's a good getaway.
Isn't it?
As opposed to just having your horses there and then going in any direction you want.
Oh, well. You just wait one moment.
Now they run down the hill.
This is fairly well thought out.
It is, and there's a lot of it looks modern in terms of the shot selection and stuff. Like we've got sort of it's not all just long shots. There's a bit of everything. Lots of long takes though.
Mm-hmm. No, but some of the shots in this film, I remember doing a project on this. They were some of like the first pan shots used in film. So that was pretty interesting. And they're getaway horses.
Yeah.
That one guy just can't get on the horse though.
No, that can't be Bronco Billy. I feel like Bronco Billy would be able to ride a horse.
You'd think so.
Oh, it's this dude.
Oh wait, his hand isn't even tied up? What? Wait, but now it is? What?
Wait, is he tapping out for help on the telegraph with his face?
But his hand wasn't tied.
And the shortest woman ever has just come in. No, it's gotta be a child.
I thought it was a child.
That's not Bronco Billy.
No, it's not Bronco Billy. Wait, but why did he pass out again?
I think the exertion. And probably the concussion.
Oh, okay. Ah, yes. Splashing water on him, that'll be
and
the trick.
He was fine instantly. Okay, we've got the big hoedown now.
Yep, they're all having a party with their family, friends.
These are the good guy cowboys, I presume.
I thought these were the robbers.
Oh, these are the robbers? That guy's awfully well dressed. The old foot shooting dance off.
Yeah, but see, no, yeah, those are all the robbers.
Oh, okay. They're all wearing black, I guess.
Yeah, and they have all their guns and stuff.
Yeah.
They're just having a dance party.
They just want to dance.
Well, this was a good way to pad out the runtime.
Oh, definitely.
Put in a dance number. They still do that today. Look at those musicians back there. They are rocking it.
Yeah, they're just having a good time.
No, I'm telling you, these are the good guys.
They have to be.
That's your posse.
Here's our bad
Why
guys.
are they dressed the same as the bad guys?
Why were they shooting at people?
How did they get so close to them instantly? How did they catch up so quickly?
They know where to go.
Look at all the gunfire.
I hope that wasn't Bronco Billy.
Yeah, they caught them fast. The last posse guy, he's gonna go deal with that fallen dude.
So the good cowboys were right behind the robbers, and now all of a sudden the robbers managed to get that much of a head start on them?
I don't think so. Look in the background there. They're coming. This is what happens though when you don't plan your getaway. So what's going on with all that gunfire? Is that all superimposed? Because it doesn't look real. Wow, they're shooting this guy so much.
Well, he won't go down.
That's rough.
Back at the start of the party when the soldiers were shooting Peter Sellers' character.
Oh, of course. Just won't stay down.
And the end.
That's great.
That was fantastic.
Yeah, people were not used to obviously film or anything, and they thought they were actually being shot at.
Well, sure. Scene. Don't you know the story of that the trains coming to the station or whatever it's called?
Right.
And people it was probably an exaggeration. They didn't probably run out of the theater, but people were startled because it looked like the train was coming right at them when it was just the film.
It's amazing to think of that.
Isn't it?
my mind just like I can't believe, because we've grown up with film in our lives, right? But to think of a time when people just couldn't wrap their head around that's wild. That's wild. Okay, so the next film we're gonna watch
is quite possibly one of my favorite films ever. Definitely top 10, no joke.
So this is up there with Lord of the Rings for you.
Arguably, yes.
Okay. This is A Trip to the Moon from 1902 by Georges Méliès, who was famously a stage magician who got into film as a way of creating illusion and became one of the most, what would you say, influential?
Oh, definitely.
Early filmmakers. Have you seen this before, Nick?
I've seen parts of it. I don't think I've actually sat down and watched all of it. Oh my gosh.
You are going to love this. I love this.
So, again, we're watching this on YouTube. There's a lot of versions of it we see here.
You can actually find some in color.
Right. So the one we're going to watch... Yeah, there's the colorized one right there.
See?
I don't think I want to watch the colorized one.
No. I much prefer the black and white one.
So we're going to go with... What, the first one here?
Yeah, that's the proper length that it should be.
Okay, so this is A Trip to the Moon, the 1902 science fiction film by Georges Méliès. The YouTube provider is Open Culture, and the runtime on this is 12 minutes and 52 seconds. And anything interesting to hit us with off the bat on this one, Nikki, that we can keep an eye out for?
Well, this is not going to be in the film, but by the end of the year 2021, so it's happened, this film will actually be sent to the moon.
Oh!
It's apparently attached to the Peregrine mission, which will stay forever on the moon. It will be stored on a micro SD card.
That's cool. I like that.
In an aluminum time capsule.
I love it. I love that this movie is on the moon. I love that Chuck Berry's Go Johnny Go is on the Voyager probe.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. On like a solid gold record kind of thing.
Seriously?
It should last forever.
Wow.
It'll just be the luck of whatever aliens find it. They'll have CD players and not record players. But
well, I hope they know all the trivia about the movie too, because there's a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, sure, it's a trip to the moon.
Like, dude didn't make any money off of it.
No.
Because of Thomas Edison.
Yes.
It's like Edison strikes again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a thing back then.
Apparently, you could get Edison.
Yeah.
Yeah, just ask Tesla.
Oh, poor Tesla. That whole thing makes me so angry.
So Georges Méliès, A Trip to the Moon. Let's go. Star film. So what are we looking at here? It looks like an observatory?
Yeah, so my class could never decide whether these were like scholars or some sort of wizard dudes. Like the capes and the pointy hats kind of threw us for a loop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they look very official, and in come the marching girls.
Yep.
It's really, you can tell how much influence, like theater influence there was at this point. They were really just sort of filming theater. Everything's one direction, sort of straight out of the audience or at 45-degree angles. And that's a very busy mise en scène, I would say.
Yes. Honestly, most of them in this film are really busy.
Like, there's got to be 20, 25 people on screen there. And I guess that's just a painting in the background, the set.
Yeah. Yeah, almost like some sort of mural or something. Like they painted it on like a flat to go behind.
It looks like that guy with the blackboard has explained the whole scheme. We will just go to the moon.
Yep, you can see by the dotted line from the Earth to the moon. Really explains it, you know?
It is just one big parabola. I'm not sure if the wizards like the idea or don't like the idea.
I think it's a bit of both, but I can't be sure. Oh, they're like stars and moons on their robes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think they're wizards.
Okay, I love this idea of a whole army of wizards hanging out in an observatory, figuring out about going to the moon. What do you think we should do, Merlin?
Seems perfectly reasonable to me.
I'm just wondering why wizards would all dress alike.
Well, now they're getting changed, see?
It looks like they're wearing like masks as well, or some kind of. Their faces look a little exaggerated.
Oh yeah, probably the makeup. Honestly.
Oh yeah, they look a lot more proper now. They don't look quite so wizardy.
Right, yeah. Changing out of their wizard garb and into their normal outfits.
Yeah, kind of like
secret identities. I don't know.
Well, they look a little more around the world in 80 days. But yeah, like look at their faces. They're really like the noses and the chins and the brows are really exaggerated.
Yeah, that's definitely the makeup then. Because that was all like really overdone back then too.
Well, yeah, you can see people that don't have it. They seem very featureless. Their faces just sort of disappear into the film, like those guys that are hammering there. Anything?
Well, yeah. You know, hammering away at the rocket.
I do like that rocket. This is a cool shot too, because there's another like matte painting or whatever, but they've got the smokestacks. And
the water coming out of those pipes.
The wizards approve.
Are they excited or?
It's interesting. Like I'm used to watching more silent films that have the title cards.
Oh yeah, that didn't come for a little while.
Yeah, in the absence of that, you're really the storyline here is open to interpretation.
Oh, absolutely. That's honestly part of why I like this one so much, along with the train robbery. I don't know, it's nice to kind of interpret it myself, I guess.
I mean, you could read the book and just know, but again, I don't think this is meant to be like a literal interpretation of the book.
No.
You could just imagine all the fans of the book back then saying, "Oh, this is bullshit."
You know, like
right?
gatekeeping.
Gatekeeping it, yeah.
The 1902 version.
All in their top hats and monocles.
Or maybe wizard outfits.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Complaining about the casting. Why isn't Bronco Billy in this? I love this rocket ship.
I know, right? It just looks like a bullet.
It is. It is a bullet. Just out of a big cannon.
And I love that they just had like a group of girls to push it in.
Yeah. So it's like when Kenny Omega had his dancing girls.
Oh, with the brooms?
Yep. Same thing.
And I love that it gets shot off like a cannon.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, I think that's how Jules Verne wrote it, right? The idea was
okay.
it was a cannon that fired the projectile to the moon. Now I don't know how they're supposed to get back.
It just sort of happens.
And this is clever too. The sort of the zoom in to show it approaching, and then just right in the face.
I know. He's like all happy and stuff, and then he gets like, a rocket in the eye.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him.
Well, it's kind of like a drippy face, too. It's like he...
Well, yeah, and then it's all, like, dripping, like, what is coming out of his eye socket?
Yeah.
Like...
So the team is on the moon now. No problems breathing. And their rocket ship is gone.
Yep.
Just...
It's just how things work on the moon. And I love that there's, like, another moon for the moon.
That's the Earth.
Is it?
Sure it is. That's Africa right there.
Is the moon on fire?
I think it was. But
I love how they weren't concerned about that explosion on the moon at all, right in front of them, and now they're just lying down to have a nap.
Yeah, it's a good thing they got their blankets out of the ship before it disappeared. I really like the sets in this. Like, this is a clever set with the moving
Yeah,
flats.
it was all on, like, wheels and stuff, and tracks. Really cool.
Now the stars come out with actors' faces on them. Wow, that's...
I love that shot.
Yeah, that was super cool. I just love the guy sticking his whole body out of Jupiter.
I know, and he wasn't wearing a shirt.
And now it's snowing.
Right? Well, I think it's some sort of moon star dust, you know?
Why are all these guys kind of hunching over? What's up with that?
I don't know, they all seem kind of elderly.
Oh, you think it's like literally a...
Well, I mean, could be, or maybe that they just have poor posture. I don't know.
They have to duck because the moon, it's so low on the moon, right? It's like in our basement.
Well, here in these moon caves with mushrooms, you know?
Yeah. Sci-fi authors back then, they were all about this kind of thing. You know, Edgar Rice Burroughs and Jules Verne loved the idea of hollowed out planets with things happening in them that...
Ah, we see the first moon person.
right away to the disintegration attack.
Yeah, it just goes up in a cloud of smoke. Oh, there's the second one.
There's no... They seem really surprised to see these moon people, but not at all surprised that they explode when they strike them with their umbrellas.
Yeah, and they have no issues with going around and exploding all these moon people.
And they're all caught now.
Yep. But they're allowed to keep their umbrellas that they used as weapons.
I would be taking those.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, and he's getting out. Aw, the Moon King.
Oh.
He just body slammed him.
Yes, he did.
But he disintegrated too.
So I don't think it has as much to do with the umbrellas, maybe. Maybe these guys just can't take a punch.
That's what it seems to be.
These poor guys are dropping like flies here.
Well, it's a good thing there's so many of them.
Oh, there's their rocket. On a moon cliff? What?
And he's just...
Oh,
What?
Oh, right. I remember that. They just drop off the moon.
I'm pretty sure that's what Apollo 11 did.
I think so, yeah.
Who stayed behind?
No one.
Wait,
Yeah. Yes, that just happened.
okay, so
He is a wizard. I'm just going to say he is a wizard. Remember that.
he pulled the ship back to Earth. Like he got there first.
Yeah, outside the ship, and just like held onto it like a balloon or something, and.
Jules Verne did not know, or Méliès did not know very much about re-entry. Everyone is so happy.
Having a nice little parade back in town.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I love it. It's so stage play.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're like celebrities now.
I feel like maybe someone would be a little more critical of the leader of the expedition just like going and sort of starting a war with the moon people.
They probably glossed that over.
He didn't just start a war. He also took one prisoner.
Oh, yes, of course.
That's the one that jumped on the back of the rocket when it fell off the moon.
Right.
And they're just going to parade him around.
Yes. Like an animal.
Well, this is like what... like when Cartier came to Canada in 1534 and took back... Donnacana's sons.
Yeah.
Same thing. So a very rich heritage there of a trip to the moon.
Yeah.
Lots of fun.
Absolutely.
I wish it was longer.
I know, right? Like twice as much as that, maybe even half an hour. Like I'd be so down with that.
Mm-hmm. Because that would have been a lot of work.
So much work.
Those sets alone.
Oh, yeah.
And to think to build all of that, cast all those people, coordinate all that movement, all of it.
And like all of that building and stuff would have been done by hand, like
for a 13-minute movie. I mean, we've done stage plays where we construct sets and work out the onstage choreography, all that blocking for a much smaller cast. And that takes months and months and months.
Yeah.
That's, yeah. And we do it on a dime, too. Not compared to sort of the money that would have been spent on that. Yeah, that's striking. That's striking. I'd like to see, I don't like remakes. Remakes, not my thing. I'd love a remake of that. But, like, done in that style. Yeah. Even done on stages and filmed and just make it all more modern and...
That'd be interesting.
I'd love to see it. Not so much like a modern interpretation of the book, but a modern interpretation of that film.
Right. Yeah, that would be cool. I would watch that.
So we got one more to watch. And the last one, we are going to be checking out the second movie by Charlie Chaplin.
Oh, it's his second one.
It is his second film, and it is the first one that debuted the tramp character.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. That was called Kid Auto Races at Venice. A whole bunch of these out there you can find. You can find them in color. You can find them in black and white. The one we are going to watch is called Charlie Chaplin Kid Auto Races at Venice. High quality. And the provider on YouTube is Old Classic Movies. This is 6 minutes and 29 seconds long. What do we know about this one, Nikki?
I'm just getting into it.
Do you got an IMDb rating or anything like that?
A lot lower than I thought it would be. It's only got a 5.7.
Charlie Chaplin.
Really? For his second film?
Yeah. That seems odd, and the couple of comments you can see are not positive about it.
So what's our year of release on this one? This has got to be a pretty early film.
I'd imagine so, just based off the runtime alone.
February 7th, 1914.
1914. So we're predating World War I here.
Yeah.
And one of the things I read about this movie, and we'll see it as it comes up, is there's some fourth wall breaking here.
Oh, really?
In this one. And the concept of photobombing becomes part of.
Oh, that's so interesting.
So I haven't seen this one before. I'm looking forward to seeing how that's done. That'd be a really forward thing. So let's check it out. It's only 6.5 minutes long. This is not.
They filmed 45 minutes.
Oh.
It was shot in 45 minutes.
Well, where's
It was shot in 45
Shot
minutes?
in 40. Yeah, sorry.
That's
yeah,
different.
Not filming. It was shot in 45 minutes at a go-kart race. So.
Wow, 45 minutes.
Can you imagine just like going somewhere, being like, "Oh, hey, we have 45 minutes. Want to make a film?"
Okay, this podcast episode is going to be 45 minutes. We could have made a movie that would last 100 years.
It was a different time back then.
A different time. Yeah. Okay, let's check it out. Oh, what do you
Just
got?
another interesting thing.
Yeah.
It was when it was released. It was released with a purchased educational short, Olives and Their Oil.
Oh,
So you could go catch some Charlie Chaplin
right.
and learn about olives
And their oil.
and their oil. I feel like that's the sort of educational movie that Troy McClure would be narrating.
Yes, absolutely.
Hi, I'm Troy McClure. You might remember me from such films as Olives and Their Oil.
Right?
That is so fitting. Oh my gosh.
But a Charlie Chaplin film is what comes with your olives and their oil.
Interesting.
Everyone starts somewhere.
Yeah.
Everyone.
I mean, I like olives.
Let's hit it. Auto races at Venice, USA, 1914. Extracts from a letter from Charlie Chaplin to his best girl.
What did that say?
I made tracks for the tracks.
Oh, okay.
So there's the tramp.
Nice. I feel if I walked like that, I would trip.
It looks different. Like the look seems not as figured out.
Yeah. Maybe a bit, I don't know, more put together.
Yeah, like when you think of what he looks like in The Kid or The Gold Rush.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's just a little more refined, I guess, but... So this is awesome. We've got these cool old go-karts, or... This is really clear. Yeah, there we go. Right in the way. Blocking all these people's view.
As one does.
He's looking right in the camera. Yeah.
That's great.
It's like he's blocking the camera from...
Oh my gosh, he totally is.
Yeah.
And someone shoved him out of the way.
And there he comes back. All these poor kids just want to race their go-karts and be in a movie.
Instead, they have the tramp getting in the way.
That's really funny. Like, that's surprisingly more clever than I was expecting, having read it. And love these.
Yeah, those look so cool.
The death curve.
Ooh.
Okay.
Just standing right in front of the camera.
Right in front of it. Interesting shot, too, with the camera pointing at us, the audience.
Yeah.
That's really sort of, pulling the curtain back on how the magic is created.
They were very pushy back then.
Yeah.
I mean, I get he's in the way, but they're really shoving him.
He's so obnoxious. This is so funny.
And he's doing it on purpose, too. Just makes it so much better.
He's looking at the camera to make sure you notice what he's doing.
Yeah, that guy's had it with him.
Oh, he is so done with him.
This is the death curve, I guess. So, like...
Is it just me who's noticing how, like, clear the film is?
Yeah, this is a really good copy of it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people at this race.
And I love how they're all just, like, walking right in the middle of the track. Like, what if one of those, like, little cars, like, came down while they were there?
Yeah, there's good. Get out of here.
Oh, that
pie
was...
face. He's paying it forward.
Right, just whacking the kid.
Yeah. Back to the camera. Oh, choke slam.
That guy's gonna, like, beat him up. Oh, that was a nice civil conversation.
Explaining the situation to him, because maybe he doesn't understand that what
And
he's doing.
he's back.
Yeah, there. And now putting on a show with his hat.
Oh.
And here we get the kid races, yeah, with the go-karts.
Yeah.
That's quite a ramp.
That is steep.
I don't think you'd see that today.
Probably not, no.
There are a lot of extras in this film. Like, there are so many people.
I feel like they just got everyone who lived around this part of town to come be in it.
These events were real, too. These kinds of go-kart races and auto races.
Oh, were they?
And they were a big deal. People were into this. So this is like a real event that's happening, and they're co-opting it to make this film.
Huh.
Really taking his licks in this. You can see, like, he's getting pushed around a lot.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, if he didn't want to be pushed around, then...
Okay, I don't know what that was at the end.
Making faces right into the camera.
Right into it with a total close-up. That was so good. That was a lot of fun.
That was really funny.
Yeah, it wasn't really slapsticky, but it was, I don't know, it was kind of forward thinking. Like that was funny. The idea of blocking someone's camera all the time. That's really good.
Yeah, I would not have expected something like that from 1914.
Mm-hmm. Cameras and film seem too new
to
be making a joke like that. But there he is photobombing everything and making a film about photobombing.
Yeah, that was really funny.
Yeah, that was great. That was really good. So that is that's our 3 movies. That's our watch along.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That was fun.
Laughing about.
They were great.
Yeah, they were great. They were great. Okay.
So that was the thing we did.
It was. But you know what? That was fun. I would do that again.
Well, we do it all the time.
Well, sure.
But I'm not sure if it's something anyone would enjoy listening to.
Yeah, we aren't exactly the riff tracks or Mystery Science Theater guys.
Yeah, no. But hey, let us know in the comments. Did you enjoy this episode? Is this the sort of thing you'd like to hear again at some point? Let us know.
And join us next week as we begin a 4-week run looking at Westerns with one that is sort of a special request, you might say. We're going to be watching The Unforgiven with Burt Lancaster, Audrey Hepburn,
and Audie Murphy.
Yeah. So join us for that. And until then, watch more movies. And spread the word about our show. We're not a secret, and you do not have to keep us all to yourselves.
So tell your friends.
Tell your enemies.
You never know. They might enjoy watching a silent film as much as you do.
Maybe even more. For Sam the Sidekick, I'm Derek, and I love old movies. Additional research for I Love Old Movies, the podcast, is done by Nikki Weatherden. Audio clips come from prefx.co.uk. Images are used through the provisions of fair use, and our theme song, Burning Bridges, is by The Crocs.